Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams, and guess what? We are almost halfway through the week and the weekend will be here before you know it. And I must say, I have been enjoying this warm weather. It has been absolutely perfect, and we have finally hit the 70s and I'm loving it. So I'm so thrilled to explore more places outside throughout Northeast Indiana, so stay tuned. On today's show, we are going to learn how to enjoy this warm weather while also grabbing a bite. The Impact Center is here to share about their Food Truck Mondays that's kicking off on May 1st. It's Women's Wealth Wednesday, so I also chat with Foster Financial about an interesting topic. So apparently women are more charitable. So Caleb is going to share with us the best ways to give and receive tax benefits. And we are getting the 411 on who to call in case of an emergency. The Paul Davis team is here to give us tips on what to do after a fire, water damage, or other disasters. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
The Impact Center of Fort Wayne strives to lead a movement of enriching lives and supporting families so that together they can impact the community we all live in. And joining me today is Zeke Bryant, who is the Director of Operations. Hi, Zeke.
Hi, nice
Welcome.
to meet you. Thank you for
You
having
as
me.
well. Yeah, so let's get started talking about the Impact Center. I know that you all offer so much to the community. I mean, from job placement to language classes and really support to parents. So can you kind of share with us a little overview and the initiative behind your mission?
Okay, so the basic overview of the Impact Center, it's outreach for the Southeast community. So anything to uplift Southeast community, helping the people out in that area so they can have a viable life just like any other quadrant of Fort Wayne.
Yes, and through that you have your multiple initiatives.
Yes.
So can you kind of go in and kind of list some of them or just some that really stand out that support the community?
Okay, so like you mentioned, we have a pre-ESL class. So a lot of people don't know that when someone goes for the ESL test, they don't have any prompting beforehand or practice or anything like that. So they go in and it's highly likely they fail. So we started a class that kind of preps them for the test. So when they first day of class, there's not an interpreter in the class. So they come in and first thing is my name is, and that student has to figure it out. So from there, they have a fighting chance to pass that test. Another program we have is SIP, Supporting Infants and Parents. Just basically how it says, helping infant mortality, helping, new moms out through the process.
Yes.
We partner with a lot of other not-for-profits as well. They come out and, basically they're making it closer access for people on the Southeast community.
Yes, and through the SIP program, you do diaper drives and just really provide the resources that new mothers need, which is so important. And then also you work with men and women who have experienced incarceration.
Yes. So we work with our men ministry and our women's ministry. They basically come on, we try to attach mentors to them and just give them resources just like job placement or just mentorship to help them have a fighting chance when they get out.
Great. And then talk to me about the language classes. So people can come in and just kind of experience learning a different language, which is really great.
So that's, like I said, that's part of the pre-ESL class. Then also we're working with other agencies as well for somebody to learn languages. And we have a preschool attached to our building as well. We have a Hispanic teacher there, and she starts to teach the students Spanish as well in their classes.
Okay. And the center, who is it open to in the community? I know you say Southeast community, but what age range?
So it's open to anyone. It's just our focus on the Southeast and we're the Southeast, but we partner with all different quadrants. So it's open to literally anyone, little kids up to adults. So Monday through Friday, 8 to 2 p.m., we offer free coffee, free Wi-Fi. A lot of people come in, get some work done, conduct meetings, or just kind of hang out to break out their day.
Yeah, okay, that's wonderful. And throughout the year, you all have different events that really brings the community out and allow for
Yes.
them to experience just what all you have to offer. So can you share about the events that you have going
Okay.
on this year?
So in Thanksgiving time, we do a turkey giveaway. We have a lot of volunteers come out. We give away up to 500 turkeys. Around Christmas time, we do a ham giveaway and some Christmas gifts. Then Food Truck Mondays, we have resource fairs, carnival events, live music. And then we do Great American Cleanup. We give a day of caring. We go out and clean up the community.
Yes, okay, that's great. So we have to talk about the Food Truck Mondays because that's coming
Yes.
up here soon. So starting May 1st,
Yes.
you have food trucks out, different vendors, and a whole experience that people can come together
Yes.
as a community. So share more about that, please.
So Food Truck Monday, this will be our third season.
Wow.
And so the community comes out and they really support it. I originally started it to give people food options on the Southeast community. As everyone knows, it's a food desert. So, start of Monday, start of work week, I start off giving, people a break from cooking so they can come out and enjoy live music, DJs, singing and whatnot. And so on May 1st, we always start off with a resource fair. So
Okay.
we'll have a DJ resource fair for people to get more information and just come out and have fun.
Yeah, I like that. Give you a break from cooking on a Monday. That's great. So share with us some of the vendors that will be out.
So a couple of vendors, so Cancer Service will have a table out. May 1st, DJ Polaris at Music Lovers Lounge DJs, he'll be the first DJ. And then on the 15th, New Covenant Worship Center and Snow choirs will be performing live music.
Okay, very nice. And so share with us some of the food that will be out there. What can we taste and kind of dive into cuisine-wise?
So we have a wide variety. What the Fish comes out with great fish. Yard Bones comes out with barbecue goodies, have their custom fruits and snacks. Smoking Jays come out with their egg rolls. So
Sounds pretty
his Spanish food. We have a lot of variety.
Yes, and I know also if someone has a food truck business and they're interested in being a part of your Food Truck Mondays, they contact you.
That's correct.
Right? Yeah,
Yes.
because you're looking
Yep.
for people and they can just really come out and share their love for food
Yes.
in a traveling way. I love it.
Yes.
Food trucks are fun.
Yeah.
Yes, so what time does it start?
So they're Monday in May, June. We'll take July off in August. It's 5:30 to 8:30 p.m.
Okay, there it is. Well, thank you so much, Zeke,
Thanks
for
for
coming
having
in
me.
and sharing more about this. If you would like more information about the Impact Center, we'll have their website listed below. And don't forget, Food Truck Mondays start on May 1st. We'll be right back.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Women's Wealth Wednesday, where we're providing advice financially, specifically for women. And I'm so excited to have Caleb Doan, who is the Vice President of Foster Financial. Hi, Caleb.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, so, we have so much to talk about today because I love when the topic is really specific to the behavior and patterns of women in particular. And it seems that women are more charitable.
Yes.
Okay, and so they really do put more of their funds, their savings, and their plans into donating it to a charity or to a church. And I know that you may see this a lot through your clients. So can you share with me what you're going to give us as tips for today?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you're exactly right. Most studies show that women are typically a little more charitable minded than men. And one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people aren't getting the full tax benefit of kind of the charities that they're donating to.
Yeah.
And that's mostly because the standard deduction that people take on their taxes, which I know a lot of people have just recently done, the standard deduction is so high that, if they're only donating $5,000 or $10,000, which is a lot still,
Right.
it's still less than the standard deduction, which, for a couple married filing jointly is over $27,000. And so most people are still donating to their church, But if it's less than that standard deduction amount and they're not itemizing, they're not getting any tax benefit.
Right.
And they're leaving some sort of tax benefit on the table because there are a few different strategies that people can employ to still get some tax advantages to donating. So I wanted to take maybe the next kind of couple segments and talk about a few strategies that we've leveraged for a lot of our clients.
Okay, great. And so when people are donating, so basically you're saying that there's a different method rather, they can donate so they can make sure that they receive those tax benefits. So what is that method?
Yeah, and they can do it still taking the standard deduction, which is great. You can still donate kind of the exact same amount that you're used to. But the main one I wanted to touch on this week is actually donating highly appreciated stock. Okay, so if there's a lady out there who has an individual or a joint account that has stock positions in it that have gains on them, or maybe she inherited some stock positions from her parents, and since she inherited them, they've had more gains on them as well. Normally, if she were to sell any of those positions, she would have to pay capital gains tax on the gain, and for most people, it's right around 15%. If, however, she donates those stock positions, she doesn't have to pay that 15% tax whatsoever. And so it actually reduces kind of the tax liability of the account over time. And so it can be a really great benefit to take advantage of.
And I'm sure what may be going through people's heads is like, how can you give stock?
Right.
Because it's like stock sometimes is this mysterious investment, strategy that you have to know when to sell and buy and track it. So how do you take that and say, here you go, church, take my stock?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we do this with a lot of our clients, and what you do is you actually leverage this kind of intermediary fund, which is called a donor advised fund. And it's kind of a special account that can hold stock positions and still pay out charities with checks. So I mean, the church still gets, cash, they still get a check, but you still get to donate the stock and kind of get that tax benefit from it. And so, for example, if there's, a lady out there who normally donates, let's say, $10,000 to her church every single year. That's below the standard deduction. So she gets, no tax benefit generally from doing that. But let's say, back in the day, she bought a few shares of Apple or whatever it might be, and it's appreciated since then. As opposed to donating that $10,000 in cash, she could instead, donate $10,000 worth of Apple into that donor advised fund, and then she no longer has to pay that 15% capital gains tax on it. The church still gets the cash, she still gets to take the standard deduction, but she's now reduced her taxable liability.
Wow, that's really smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
And very creative. And that's the thing. I mean, there's so many options that's out there, and that's why it's so important to talk to a financial advisor. So you all offer complimentary consultations. So what can people expect when they come and talk to you?
Yeah. I mean, we love chatting with people during the complimentary consultations. We just kind of take a look at your current financial state. Very, low pressure environment. It's really just about us kind of getting to know each other. And I essentially have a checklist that says, hey, these different financial strategies will apply to you. And so, we can tell you even after the first meeting and say, hey, this donation strategy is going to save you a certain amount of money, or whatever other strategies that we typically leverage for clients. You'll be able to kind of go home and say, hey, I'm leaving tax money on the table, or whatever it might be, and that's how we can help you out.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Caleb.
you.
I look forward to seeing you next week. And as you heard, Foster Financial is here to provide holistic financial planning. We'll be sure to have their contact information listed below, and we'll be right back.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
This segment sponsored by Paul Davis. My next guest is a full-service residential and commercial emergency cleanup and restoration company for disasters of all sizes. Who do you call? you call Paul Davis. And joining me is Tasia, their mitigation manager, and Amanda, their fire division manager. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, so I'm really excited to learn about this company because I feel like you guys offer so much. So Amanda, can you share with us what are some of the services that Paul Davis offers?
So we offer fire, storm, water damage, bio, which would be mold traumas, board ups, roof tarps, like we had experience with the storms that we had a couple weeks ago. We were out tarping roofs and things like that.
Wow, okay. So let's talk scenarios. So I want to throw out a couple of things and see what the response would be. What can Paul Davis do? So spring break just happened. Families come home. Water is leaking. They have a water leakage. Maybe some water came through their roof. What do they do if water has infiltrated their property?
So the first step is you want to stop the source if possible. If you have a roof leak in that scenario, we do offer, again, like Amanda said, roof tarps. So you want to maybe get that tarped. Try to contain the water. And then if you have any material like contents, try and get those moved out of the way so they're not getting damaged. If it's maybe a pipe break, try to shut the water off to your house, again, because we want to try and stop the cause of the loss. And then you want to try and file an insurance claim. Get that going, call your agent. Once you get that claim filed, if you're unsure as far as restoration company on who to call, they work with a lot of companies, so they can refer one that they've used before and they're comfortable with. So then you're going to want to call us, and we'll come out and start the restoration mitigation process. So what we're going to do is we'll come out and extract water if there's standing water. If there's not, we're going to set equipment, get things moved around. We'll take readings. We do all documentation, so that's photos, notes, and that report gets sent to your insurance as well.
Okay.
So the homeowner doesn't really have to worry about all that. We'll handle it for them.
Oh, that's good. Because, when something happens, that is like very overwhelming to the homeowner. And I'm sure they're like, what do I do next? What do I do? And then they're thinking about all the property that could be damaged. And oh my goodness, I can't imagine. So I love that you all come in and save the day, essentially. And so I'm sure that there's different companies that offer this service. What should someone look for when it comes to a restoration company to call?
So a big thing, you can Google and see reviews online, see how many stars they have, things like that.
Yes.
We do take pride in educating our technicians.
Okay.
So we do invest. You want to make sure that you find a company that has IICRC certified technicians, because they've been through classes, they know what to do, they know the science behind drying a structure. The other big thing is educating. So not only do we, again, educate and put money into our technicians to get them trained, but we want to educate you as a homeowner. So, we're in your house, we want to explain the process so you know what to expect. You should feel comfortable with who you're working with. So, these people are going to, again, be in your house. You should be comfortable asking questions. Don't hold anything in, feeling like, you're not allowed to ask. We want to answer it. We want you to feel comfortable throughout the whole process.
Okay, that's great. I love that. Personability. That's really great. Okay, another scenario. Let's say a fire breaks out, okay? And of course, call 911, the fire truck comes, but I think people don't realize that there are steps to take after the fire truck leaves. So what should people do?
So the first thing you would want to do is gain permission to go back into the house. The structure is going to be totally different from when you were running out of it. So once the fire is out, the fire department comes in and they just move everything that they need to move to get to the source where it's at. So your couch might be moved, you might have debris in the way, you might have beams falling down, so you want to make sure the structure is safe before you go back into it. The second thing is you want to make sure that you document everything. So pictures, if it's burnt, don't throw it away, because you want to make sure that your insurance company can help you work with replacing that item that was damaged. So never throw anything away. Make sure you call your insurance company as well. Let them know what had happened, so that way they can start a claim and get you taken care of.
Wow. Okay. Well, those are the steps. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming in and sharing. And so if someone wants more information about your company, what should they do?
They can give us a call. They can go to our website. We have a lot of our information step-by-step, what all we do on there, a little bit more in depth, so that would be a good resource.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As I said, if a natural disaster happens, Who do you call? You call Paul Davis. We'll have their website listed below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Paul Davis.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. For more information about Living Local 15 or to rewatch a segment, head over to wayne.com, Living Local 15 tab. And remember, it's never too late to live your best life, so start living it today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Go to the Living Local 15 page on wayne.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Follow us on social media at Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.